Looking to save with our traditional high-yield savings account, earn with Kasasa-free checkings, or secure your future with competitive loan options. We've got the tools to help you slam dunk your financial goals. Stop by one of our branches or visit Bank of Tuskegee to learn more. The Bank of Tuskegee, member FDIC.
Are you looking to upgrade your home with high-quality flooring and appliances? Look no further than Salina Appliance and Flooring. We're your one-stop shop for all your home improvement needs. We offer a wide selection of flooring and appliance options. Visit our showroom today located at 740 North 9th or our website at salinaappliance.com.
The Appliance Center, your local, trustworthy, and family-owned appliance dealer, providing sales, service, and parts for Salina and the surrounding area since 1980. The Appliance Center, just north of Ace Hardware on Broadway in the red and white building. Stop in today and experience the Appliance Center difference.
Her three-pointer, bang! Coyote fans, don't forget that Copyco is the only retailer in town where you can buy great gear at a great price to showcase your K-Dub pride. Don't see what you're looking for on the racks? They can custom make items so you can support any athlete on any team, from t-shirts and hats to hoodies and so much more. Your home for Kansas Wesleyan gear is Copyco in Salina, located at 2346 Planet Avenue.
At Maury Clinic Sports Medicine, we are available when you need us most. I'm Dr. Andrew Westbrook, and I am the sports medicine physician at Maury Clinic. I see patients of all ages and help them come back stronger than ever. From broken bones to joint pain, my team and I are committed to help you do more. For those with sports injuries, come see us at our sports medicine walk-in clinic Monday and Thursday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m. Prevent, recover, and strengthen so you can perform your best. Maury Clinic Sports Medicine. Make your move with confidence.
Frisbee Construction is a service organization for the commercial grain industry dedicated to giving you the best in planning, the best in quality, and the best of workmanship, and overall the best value for your dollar since 1949. Frisbee Construction specializes in new construction as well as remodel and repair of grain handling facilities throughout the Midwest. Frisbee Construction Company in Gypsum has emergency crews available as needed. For more information, go to frisbeeinc.com.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Welcome back to Minneapolis High School. Devin Haney, Tyler Smith, Nick Garst producing and engineering back at the KINA studios. If you're listening on radio, we welcome you in. Also, we have live stream video free of charge on SalinaPost.com. Ryan Dennett helping out with that as well. It's all presented tonight, both of our broadcasts, radio and video, by the Cale Sharp Agency of Shelter Insurance. Southeast of Saline, 47-45 against Sacred Heart on Tuesday night. Again, we've talked about the outing with Reagan Duran. 20 points for her. Also, 12 points, double digits for Taryn Getz. That tied a career high for Taryn Getz in that game. And boy, Tyler, just down the stretch, we talked about this game. It just seemed like the whole game seemed like the last 4 minutes of the fourth quarter. Through the entire game, high intensity. We knew every single little mistake would be things that you would have to overcome as the game went along. This game was also played in a window of 10 points. The biggest Sacred Heart lead was 6. The biggest Southeast of Saline lead was 5. And, boy, what a great game. You just hate to come up on the short end of those.
It was your typical Sacred Heart Southeast game. And these are two teams that want to make, big splashes in the postseason. And you're exactly right. It just kind of felt like that postseason feel was there the entire time. And, you got to tip your cap. Sacred Heart, they just made more plays, made more buckets, got more loose balls, got more rebounds. They were the better team that night. It's a great thing about home-to-homes. You get to get them again in Salina. But I think you're starting to see, other people like having you had quiet nights from Maurice Heinrich, from Micaiah Samuelson, but you had big nights from Reagan Duran. Sutton Douglas is just battling and doing the things that she does. It's again, it's the growth. You hear Audie Crooks from Iowa State say it the other day, you don't want to be a dog in January, you want to be a dog in March. And that's exactly what this team does. They continue to grow. You want to continue to grow. You don't want to peak right now. It's a gradual incline, and that's something we see from Shauna Smith coach teams. You want to be good all the time, but it's all about peaking at the right time, and you're starting to see just different players do that.
Okay, you talk about the sensational sophomore backcourt of Heinrich and Samuelson. They combined for 5 points. And I asked Coach Smith when we were talking in postgame, if we walked in the gym and you told me they would combine for 5 points, you probably wouldn't think you'd have a shot at the end. They definitely have that. They put a three-pointer up, Southeast did at the buzzer to try to win it. It didn't go down. You lose by 2. You move on to the next game, and that is the game here tonight against the Minneapolis squad that under head coach Brian Weatherman, and again, we're talking about the 2 veteran head coaches here in the NCAA, Weatherman and Smith. Brian Weatherman, his team off to a 6-3 start. They're 3-2 right now in league play. They're coming off of a win 51-41 against a very pesky Lions squad. And this is a team that everything that they do this season revolves around the inside. Coach Weatherman told me that before the game. He said we play inside more than what we ever have. We probably slow it down more than what we have. You got to figure he had 4 guards for this Minneapolis team that played 4 years, and he lost all 4 of those guards to graduation last year. So there's a little bit of adjustment there. Bailey Randall-Hurd is still here. She's the leading rebounder, leading scorer on this team. But, boy, when you got to replace a whole set of 4 guards, that's a task.
Yeah, without a doubt. And there's nobody better to do it than Coach Brian Weatherman. I mean, he's a stalwart in this NCAA. And you've seen the success that his Minneapolis teams have had. It doesn't matter if it's guard play or post play. He'll manipulate his offense and his defense around his strengths. But you're exactly right. Tonight it's all about Bailey Randall-Hurd. How do you take care of her? She can beat you down low. She's strong. She's big. She's taller than every other starter for Southeast Saline, but she can also beat you from the outside. Very, very dynamic player. It'll be an interesting kind of cat and mouse game early, feel each other out. I would expect Southeast, they want to do what they normally do. They want to get out and run. They want to try to get Bailey Randall-Hurd to run and try to get her into some foul trouble. But yeah, Coach Brian Weatherman, when we talk about respect and rivalries, these are 2 teams that are always, in the recent years have always been the top of the NCAA. It's good to see coaches like this go after each other.
Let's go over your starters right now. Bailey Randall-Hurd, it starts with her for Minneapolis. She is a 5'11 junior. She averages 15 points a game, leading the team in scoring. She also grabs 9.5 rebounds, nearly averaging a double-double. She leads the team in rebounding. She also leads the team in steals at 16 steals so far through the first 9 games. Again, Bailey Randall-Hurd in the starting lineup. She is a 5'11 junior. Also in the starting lineup is Miley McClure, a 5'5 junior. She averages 3.5 points a game, almost 3 rebounds, and also has gathered 14 steals so far this season. Riley Robinson is a junior at 5'9". She is averaging double-digit scoring, almost 12 points a game, also nearly 5 rebounds. You want to keep an eye on Riley Robinson because she is the leading three-point shooter on this team. She has put up leading free throw shooter. She's put up 66 free throws this year, shooting 61%. Kaylee Anderson will come off the bench along with Atlee Smith. We'll also see Addison Gearing and Hannah Rehnquist, a couple of Lions there. Let's finish out your starters for you. Addison Abel is a senior. Addison comes in scoring 5.5 points a game, also 2 rebounds. She's the leading three-point shooter. She has made 14 threes this season. She shoots them at a 41% rate. And Sierra Cosart rounds out the starting lineup. She's a 5'8 sophomore. 3 points, 3 rebounds, and 15 steals on the season. She is the leading assist getter on this team at 2.5 assists per game. Let's turn our attention now to the Southeast of Saline Lady Trojans under the direction of Shauna Smith, directed by Steve Reedy and Kylie Holmes on the bench. Reese Heinrich, the 5'2 sophomore, 12 points a game, 2 rebounds, and 2.5 assists. With her in the backcourt will be Kaya Samuelson, the 5'7 sophomore, 10 points, 6 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. Kaya leads this team in assists and steals. Sutton Douglas is a 5'7 senior, 7.5 points a game, also 6.5 rebounds, 2 steals a contest. Reagan Duran has 6 points a game as an average, 4.5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And Charlotte Knopf, a 6'1 senior, in the starting lineup as well. Charlotte grabs about 3 rebounds a game and also averages an assist per contest. Heinrich, Samuelson, Douglas, Duran, Knopf for Southeast of Saline. For Minneapolis, it's Randall-Hurd, Robinson, Abel, Cosart, and McClure. Tyler Smith, your new image audio keys to success here in this game. It's a road game for Southeast of Saline.
Well, and I think tonight it's the return of Abba, right? Abigail Pearson, the senior, has been out with there's been a hand issue, and it's halted her since Heston. And if you haven't followed this, you don't know what Abigail Pearson brings. Last year, second leading scorer. She's there. She does everything. It's not the scoring she brings you. She's been on preseason All-State honors. Coming into the season, breaks her hand game 2 against Heston, and just tried to fight her way back, tried to get back, and now she's going to come off the bench tonight. And what she does, She's a 4-year player. She's a 4-year letter winner, 3-year starter, all league returning from last year. She just kind of solidifies everything, not only defensively, offensively. Like when you panic, you get the ball to Abba. I'm excited to see how Abba's implemented tonight and just what she does. Again, the Pearson name, synonymous with Southeast basketball success. She just does the dirty things. She's kind of she is that glue that keeps this team together. It'll be interesting to see how this team progresses with her tonight.
Tonight's broadcast made possible in part by Kansas Bankers Technologies and Technical Consulting. They are our connection to you at home, in the shop, wherever you may be watching Southeast of Saline basketball tonight. Hope you have a nice beverage, a hot cocoa, and you're ready to go in this one. Minneapolis wearing their white jerseys, Southeast of Saline in their purples. Charlotte Knopf wins the tip, and she goes directly back to Reese Heinrich. Southeast of Saline on offense to begin. High post entry to Knopf. She turns, dumps it off down low to Douglas. That one's going to be tipped, broken up, taken away by Minneapolis. First possession, first turnover for Southeast of Saline. Here comes Minneapolis. They do the same as a ball rolling on the floor is picked up by Douglas. Here comes Southeast speeding back the other way. Samuelson thought she had an open three on the break. She does not take it, though. Rebounder's not in position. Probably a good decision. Down low, Douglas in a double team. Finds the open shooter, opposite corner. Extra pass to Heinrich. Now back inside to Knopf. Now down low, Douglas with the foul. Obvious high-low objective here between Knopf and Douglas, with Charlotte both times touching that ball, looking at Sutton down low.
Yeah, what a great look from Knopf. We saw the first time that high-low entry tried to win in. Knopf was a little bit late with that pass. That thing was, as soon as Knopf got that, she just pivots, she turns, she finds Douglas right there. Douglas misses the first free throw. But a great look from Knopf. Went through several Minneapolis hands, and it gets Douglas to the free throw line.
First foul of the game is on Riley Robinson for Minneapolis. First free throw is missed by Douglas. Second one rattles home. Southeast of Saline, first score of the game. They lead it 1-0. Here comes full court press by the purple. Minneapolis with it in the backcourt. They will try to skip it across. It's tipped, taken away. Reagan Duran. Duran in the paint. Kick out. Heinrich, right wing three. Up. Rattles off no good. Rebound being fought for. Bailey Randall Hurt comes out of nowhere and collects it for the Lions. Now in the backcourt still. Bailey Randall Hurt will try to dribble it out on her own. She gets it into the middle of the floor. Robinson has it. Now back over to Miley McClure. McClure in a precarious situation at that time, straddling the half-court stripe. Heinrich all over her. McClure now gets away after losing the basketball. She'll shoot a three. That one's off the front of the rim. Rebound, Knopf. Here comes Southeast back the other way. Ball in the hands of Reagan Duran. Southeast of Saline leads it 1-0. They'll swing it through Samuelson. Now to Heinrich. Now back to Kaya. Open momentarily. Does not shoot it. Zone defense being applied here on this trip by Minneapolis. Here's a pass through the zone. Samuelson leads Heinrich to the corner. Now back out to Samuelson. Short corner entry. Douglas get pass over everyone to Duran. In front of the Minneapolis bench. Shot clock down to 7. Heinrich bounces the ball off Douglas' shins. It goes on the floor. Now a tie-up situation. It will go to Minneapolis as Southeast won the tip. Second turnover for Southeast of Saline. And Abba Pearson is up off the bench to a nice hand from the Southeast of Saline crowd. Again, we've been missing Abba for 6 games now. This would have been game number 7, but she is in the game less than 2 minutes gone by.
When I think right there, that zone's just extending. You're seeing where Abba can help out. So Abba's probably going to play that high post position. She's, a ball handler that can handle it. She can shoot that shot. Knopf does so many things defensively. She's been such an attribute to the Southeast team. It'll be interesting to see how Abba helps out tonight.
Minneapolis trying to put it inside again, looking for Robinson down low, and they turn it over. Minneapolis has only had 1 shot attempt so far, and that was a 3-pointer early by McClure that hit the front of the rim. Southeast of Saline, not much better. We're in a 1-0 game, 2 minutes gone by. Everybody trying to shake off the wintry weather going on outside right now. Here's Durant. Elevated, looked like she was trying to shoot it, but a Minneapolis defender, Addison Abel, got her hand on it, and it's going to stay here on the alternate possession with Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, and you saw kind of an awkward spot. It looked like Duran should have elevated for the ball and then gone with the pump fake. She kind of catches the ball, goes up, caught herself. Beneficial call for Southeast.
Up high, Pearson. Samuelson in the corner off the skip. That one's strong, no good. Battle for the rebound. Minneapolis has it. Here come the Lions out of the crowd. Sierra Kosar with it. Now over to Bailey Randall Hurt. She's going down the left-hand side of the lane. She'll kick it out. McClure for 3. That's good. That's Addison Abel. Addison Abel with the first points of the night for Minneapolis.
Yeah, right there, just a nice transition from Minneapolis. You saw everybody collapse, in the middle of the lane, and it's Abel wide open from the wing who drills it.
3-1 Minneapolis. There are 3 Lions at the scorers table waiting to check in for head coach Brian Weatherman. 5:12 left to go, first quarter. Heinrich has it up top. Now right-hand side, Samuelson. Boy, this Minneapolis team just playing back, almost daring Southeast to shoot it. Pearson will do so from the left elbow. That one bounces off and out of a Lion. Out of bounds. It will stay here with Southeast of Saline on offense.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with the structure of this zone, right? They're going to extend it out. They're going to make sure that you penetrate the basketball. You can't go side to side against it because the zone just continues to flow left and right. You've got to penetrate. You got to make sure you get the ball to the high post and then work from there. And you saw Abigail get a shot up right there. It's good to get that first shot under your belt.
2 seniors and a sophomore have checked in for Minneapolis as Heinrich launches a 3. That one goes all the way around the inside of the cylinder and falls out. Now Duran has it in the corner after Southeast of Saline keeps it, and the ball knocked out of bounds by Minneapolis. The 3 Minneapolis players that have checked in are Atlee Smith, a senior, along with Addison Daring, a senior, and also into the game, McKenna Warlock, a sophomore. Taryn Getz also at the table waiting to check in, a sophomore for Southeast of Saline. Taryn coming off a 12-point game on Tuesday. Heinrich with it. Head and shoulder fake. Extra pass across the paint to Douglas. She powers it up and in. Sutton Douglas powers through the contact and gets her first field goal.
Yeah, clearly the most consistent player through 7 games that we've had it from Southeast. I mean, she just continues to be the person that if you're in trouble, get the ball to. You see right there, great power dribble, got herself under control. Great finish from the senior Douglas.
This full court defense from Southeast is giving Minneapolis some problems. The other thing it's doing, it's keeping the ball out of the hands of Bailey Randall Hurt down low. She has her first shot of the game on the left block, overshoots it, and it goes out of bounds back to Southeast.
Yeah, it's always interesting when you have a dominant presence like Randall Hurt. She can be dominant, but if you don't have the guard play that can insert the ball, can get her in the right position, it makes it really difficult, and that's kind of the strength that Southeast has. They're going to make things really difficult to get the ball down the court and get into your offense.
3-3 are scored. Getz does enter the game. She replaces Durant. Inside, Pearson, back outside. Samuelson, three-pointer on the way. That's the rhythm that Southeast of Saline needs Pearson on the floor for. Abbott that time caught the ball all in one motion, spotted the open shooter, and Samuelson right with her on the same beat, nails a 3.
You're going to hear a lot about Abbott tonight, and it's because she's an extra coach out there on the court. She knew exactly where she's supposed to catch that ball, how to kick it out to. There was no delay. She got the ball, immediately kicked out to Samuelson. Samuelson buries the big 3.
When you do the same things over and over again and also have the intelligence to go with it, it becomes a reaction, not a decision, right? Down low, here's Minneapolis with a shot. That's no good. Rebound tapped out of bounds. It will stay here with the Lions.
Yeah, and big right there. It's Taryn Getz down there, defending the post. She stays straight up, no foul call. That's one of those calls that there was body involved. If you're not going to call the foul and you stay straight up, it's a good thing for Getz. We see Getz, that swing type player. She can guard you on the outside. She can guard you on the inside. If she can guard down low without committing fouls, it's going to be great for Southeast.
Douglas takes her first break of the night. Veda Durfee, the freshman for Southeast, comes in. There's a travel that's missed, and now a shot clock violation that goes against Minneapolis. Southeast of Saline will have it. 3rd Minneapolis turnover of the contest.
And I think this says a lot about the Southeast defense that Randall Hurt has yet to get on the scoreboard. I mean, they're we're 5 minutes into this basketball game, and not a lot of shots from her. You see Durfee into the game.
Well, right now she's not even in there, taking her first break. Here's Getz with an open 3, left-hand side. Too strong, no good. A rebound inside Singleton. Goes right back up with it. That won't go. Durfee keeps it alive, taps it out to Pearson, and the ball out of bounds will stay here with Southeast of Saline. Boy, nice job by Veda Durfee inside.
It really was. One thing I've always noticed about this gym and playing here, the ball is extremely bouncy and the rims are extremely tight, and you've seen a lot of shots go halfway in, halfway out. The ball just kind of slips around. You got to adjust. When you're playing on the road, you got to adjust to their conditions.
Heinrich trying to inbound it to Durfee that time. I don't think her and Veda were on the same page, and they end up losing it to Minneapolis. Each team has 3 turnovers, 2:45 left to go here, first quarter. 6-3, Southeast leading by 3. Now a turnover, interception by Durfee. Veda, quick outlet to Kaya Samuelson. Here comes Samuelson up the floor. She'll meet an even front zone. 2 Lions in front of her. Now right wing to Pearson. Skip pass over the top of everything to Getz. Southeast moving the ball quickly out around the perimeter against this Minneapolis zone. Heinrich now has it left side. Over to Pearson. Heinrich cutting through, and Pearson gives it right back to her. A quick little give-and-go twitch that time by Southeast of Saline will end up sending Reese Heinrich to the free throw line.
Again, it's that soft spot of the zone. It's right. It's Abigail going to that wing. She understands that Reese is going to be cutting instead of delaying. Understand just a quick little bounce pass creates this free throw opportunity for Reese.
Free throw kisses the front of the rim and falls off. Heinrich waiting on her second. That foul on Minneapolis is their second team foul. Both of those fouls have gone against Riley Robinson, so she will come out of the game. Bailey Randall Hurt back in. Heinrich's second free throw, she missed them both. That's uncharacteristic of Reese. Minneapolis has the rebound. They'll throw it up the floor. Now it's going to be tipped and intercepted. Heinrich with the deflection. Reagan Duran scoops it up. Here comes Southeast back the other way, working left to right. As you watch live stream video on SalinaPost.com. High post to Duran. Now back out Samuelson. She'll shoot the three. Off to the left-hand side, no good. Randall Hurt will clean it up for Minneapolis. 1:54 left to go here in the first quarter. Man-to-man defense being applied here for Southeast. Down low, Pearson is the one battling with Bailey Randall Hurt. Try to bounce pass down low, looking inside for Atlee Smith, and that's going to be knocked out of bounds by the Trojan defense.
And Devin, one thing we haven't even talked about is when Pearson's in the game, Sutton Douglas can take a breather. I mean, that's something we haven't seen Sutton Douglas off the court much this year at all with Abba's injury. Just letting Abba be able to play on the post, it gives Sutton the time to just get her breath.
Sutton's been doing a lot of cardio lately, just because she can't take a break.
Stop.
There's a three-pointer by Minneapolis. That's no good. Rebound Southeast. Transition three. Taryn Getz, no good. Bailey Randall Hurt with the rebound on the weak side. Boy, it's one and done right now for Southeast of Saline on their offensive end. Lady Trojans still lead it by 3.
Yeah, it is. And I know at some point you start playing against the zone and it just makes you want to get it. If you have a quick three that you can get up without a hand in your face, you're going to do it, but you can't do that. You got to continue to work the ball. You got to continue to get 2 feet in the lane and then work from there.
Approaching the 1-minute mark of the first quarter. Minneapolis with the basketball. Getting it inside, and a shot that is up and good. That one for Atlee Smith, and that is her first basket of the night. We're having a stoppage in play here. And a sideline warning against Minneapolis.
Yeah, and on that entry pass right there, Atlee Smith makes a great catch. Abba had good positioning. There was no backside help. Atlee makes a great catch, goes right back up. Didn't look extremely pretty, but she got the finish. This is results-driven business. You get the bucket like that, it's a good play.
Getz has it on the left-hand side. 45 seconds left to go here, first quarter. It's a 1-point game. Heinrich, a high arcing three. That one's going to be an air ball. Douglas tried to save it, but she could not. And we'll go back to the Lions. They will have what could be the last possession here. There's about a 4-second differential between game and shot clock.
Didn't look extremely pretty. Yeah, I think right now just falling in love with that three a little bit too much. Got to get the ball. Got to insert it in and let some magic work there. Drive to the bucket, make the defense collapse. Just can't settle for the outside shot.
Here's Southeast trapping Minneapolis in the backcourt. Minneapolis has 2 seconds to get across, and they just do. Now Bailey Randall Hurt in the trap. She came across half court and stopped in the worst possible spot. And the ball ends up going off the leg of a Southeast player, out of bounds. It will stay with Minneapolis. They'll inbound on the far side. Over the top. Bailey Randall Hurt has it. She tried to shoot it backwards over her shoulder, missed it. Second shot attempt is no good, and now a rebounding foul will be called against Minneapolis. Taryn Getz and Sutton Douglas in their doing battle. Southeast now will have it with 6.3 seconds left on the clock.
And it goes back to what Taryn Getz is doing down low. I mean, she put a body in. She made things really difficult. We've seen her play good defense down low. Now we saw her put the body in and create a foul.
Here's Heinrich up the floor. Getz, she'll fire too strong at the buzzer, and that will bring us to the end of one. 6-5 is our score in a low-scoring first quarter of action. Southeast of Saline leads it by 1. You're watching on SalinaPost.com and listening on KINA. It's a Lady Trojan basketball presented tonight by the Shelter Insurance Agency of Cale Sharp in Salina.
It's natural to think that insurance is complicated, but at Farmers Agency, we know a thing or two about helping to make it easier by explaining your available coverage options. And with over 25 years of experience in insurance, we can help you through the process step by step. Call Kniper Agency at 825-8419 to learn more today.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Mary Maids in Salina offers house cleaning services you can see and feel. Your home is more than just a house. It's where memories are made and moments are cherished. Though life can be complicated, house cleaning shouldn't be. Mary Maids strives to take the stress out of your day so you can live your life your way. With more than 40 years experience and an advanced time-tested cleaning process, they can help you reclaim time with your loved ones. Find Mary Maids on Facebook or check out their website at marymaids.com.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Welcome back to Minneapolis High School. It's Bennington State Bank's night at the gym. Everybody that has came in already and is still trickling in has their admission paid for by Bennington State Bank. 6-5, Southeast of Saline leading by 1. Minneapolis starts the second quarter with the basketball. And a ball slapped out of bounds. Reagan Duran. Minneapolis will have to reset here.
Yeah, and Devin, not a game that you aesthetically, it's not very pleasing so far, right? You're seeing two well-coached teams. Defense has always been a key point of both coaches, and you're seeing the defenses thrive right now. Who's going to crack the code? Who's going to make sure they get themselves easy buckets, stop settling for these outside shots? That's going to be the team they're going to find just kind of create a lead.
Still man-to-man here being applied defensively by Southeast of Saline. Shot clock down to 9 for Minneapolis. Looking inside, Bailey Rander with a big shove on Sutton Douglas. Now she's going to take the ball, turn, and score. Boy, she got her separation, able to receive that pass from the perimeter, coming across the paint, just a forearm that shoved Sutton Douglas out of the way. That opened the window to get her the ball, and then she did her job scoring and was also fouled on the play by Sutton Douglas.
Yeah, what a great post move from Randall Hurt. I mean, just that drop step and just bam, she went up strong as she buries that free throw. That's huge from Randall Hurt. You don't want to see her going right now if you're Southeast.
Averages 15 points a game. That's her first score of the night. Sutton Douglas back to return the favor. Sutton elevates, scores, and is fouled. Now she will have a chance at a three-point play.
And Devin, we talk about this all the time. You make a mistake, and not that Sutton made a mistake on there. Randall Hurt just made a better play offensively on Sutton Douglas defending her when she got three-point play. Douglas didn't drop her head. She sprints down. She understands the transition game. She gets herself her own three-point opportunity, getting that foul call on Randall Hurt.
Douglas free throw, high bounce off the back of the rim. Pearson in there fighting for it, cannot come up with it, and it goes back to Minneapolis. But we are tied now at 8. 7:12 left to go, just underway here in the second quarter. There were a couple of games last night in the NCAA as Ellsworth hooked up with Republic County, and Ellsworth boys and girls both won as Ellsworth swept Republic County on a Thursday night of basketball last night in the NCAA. There's a pass that goes off the fingertips of Randall Hurt. She has to chase it down. Now looks at the shot clock. Clock drilling down. Now Reagan Durant takes the basketball from her.
Randall Hurt's looking at the shot clock. She understands the clock's running down. She's going to go one-on-one with Pearson. It's just Duran that just comes and swipes the ball away.
Douglas inside. Tried to do the same move she did last time in the same position. Cannot get this one to go down. Didn't get it high enough off the window, and here comes Minneapolis the other way. But a deflection by Heinrich. Douglas comes out and takes it. Here's Sutton in the paint. She'll stop and try to go back, and she's going to get fouled. Back to the free throw line will go Sutton Douglas.
Devin, great play from Douglas, right? It's a 2-on-2, but she knows she has Randall Hurt. Randall Hurt's a great shot blocker, so she established herself with that good jump stop, and then she still has a step. She takes that step through, goes up, draws the foul. Not on Randall Hurt, but it's now going to be
Miley McClure.
Yeah, it's going to be McClure's second, but just a great play. And you see Douglas miss another free throw. We talk about the free throw shooting. The free throw shooting's got to improve from Southeast Saline, especially from Douglas. Douglas is so dynamic. She can get herself to the bucket. She gets so many offensive rebounds. She creates so much contact. She's got to be able to drill these.
McKenna Warlock back in. Douglas' second free throw is good. 9-8. The Southeast of Saline lead now. They're on a little 3-0 run with Sutton Douglas scoring. And now Heinrich nearly has a steal, but a 30-second timeout will be granted to Brian Weatherman before that steal is taken away for Southeast of Saline. We will keep it right here. As I said, Ellsworth last night swept Republic County in NCAA play. The Bearcat boys and girls both won. NCAA games tonight. Sacred Heart is at TMP. That was a 5 o'clock start. They bumped that one up for an hour because of the weather that has been moving through. I've seen some pictures of what it's like out in Hayes, and it's a lot worse than what it is around the Salina area. Sacred Heart and TMP playing right now on SalinaPost.com with live stream video on that one. Beloit is at Hoisington tonight, and also Lyons and Larned hooking up tonight. In the area, Salina South is in Hutchinson, El Saline playing Remington, Bennington playing Berrien Academy, Abilene playing Rock Creek, and Chapman is at Concordia. A couple of NCKL schools doing battle there. 9-8, Southeast of Saline, a 1-point lead here. Minneapolis with the basketball still trying to break the pressure of Southeast of Saline, and they will take a quick pause and let Atlee Smith back into the game for Minneapolis. Pearson gets Heinrich. Douglas Duran on the floor for Southeast. Minneapolis in the backcourt. Trying to get around Pearson. Now they do. Pearson chasing. Now ball in the hands of Bailey Randall Hurt. Now ball thrown into the backcourt. Duran's giving chase. She'll watch it go out of bounds, though, as it was not touched by Southeast of Saline. Good decision that time by Reagan Duran. Very aware of the situation. And another turnover by Minneapolis.
And, Devin, just watching Pearson, again, you're going to get sick and tired of hearing this, but watching her patience on that press and watching how she initiated the switch. So Randall Hurt, and, she made sure it's on Randall Hurt. Like, it's another coach that's out there that's just orchestrating what's going on defensively.
Heinrich launches a three, right-hand side, free throw line extended. That rattles off no good. Minneapolis, another rebound. There have been no second-chance points for Southeast of Saline tonight here in this first half. 5:30 left to go. Southeast leads it by 1. Defense by Southeast has been phenomenal. Minneapolis going through their offensive sets here, trying to decipher this Southeast of Saline man-to-man defense. Shot clock down to 6. Douglas still pursuing out top along with Heinrich. Here's a three-pointer that's put up. That's no good. Durant will get the uncontested rebound and now come back the other way. Atlee Smith missed that one. Here's Reagan Durant. Tests the right-hand side of the lane. Shut off there by 2 lines. Now to Getz. Taryn Getz puts it in. Taryn had enough time to set her feet and take wind speed as she buries that one for the first time tonight.
It seemed like the first three that wasn't just forced, right? That seemed like it was in the flow of transition. Getz got everything underneath her, goes up. That's a big three. Just, again, we often talk about that first one that I know we've seen Samuelson hit a three already. But when you get one in transition, it just kind of opens up that lid for everybody else.
30-second timeout. We will step aside. 4:48 left to go on this one. Southeast of Saline's lead has grown to 4 right here on KINA.
When the time comes to honor a life, Hire Scott Mortuary in Salina is here with care, compassion, and guidance every step of the way. Celebrate memories, cherish family, and find comfort in tradition. Hire Scott Mortuary, celebrating life, embracing legacy.
During the winter months, we all rack up a lot of miles, especially following the SES basketball and wrestling teams. Isaacson Truckline is a proud supporter of the Southeast Trojans and wants to remind everyone to be safe on the roads this season. For local and long-haul service of freight and livestock, call Isaacson Truckline.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
Southeast basketball tonight presented by the Cale Sharp Agency of Shelter Insurance. Beaumont Boulevard in Salina, 12-8. Southeast of Saline leading by 4. Minneapolis with it, facing full court pressure. They had it broken and then threw it away. Reagan Duran, another steal. Pearson with it on the right-hand wing. She'll play it high post to Knopf. Now down low, Duran off the window. Reagan Duran from Charlotte Knopf. Give Knopf the assist. Duran the 2.
And Knopf right there had a 15-footer, but she saw Duran on that backside. That's just a great look from Knopf. Just doing her job, understanding the situation, understanding the game.
Half a dozen is the lead now for Southeast of Saline. They are on an 8-0 run. 4:15 left to go here in the second.
And, Devin, it's so odd. We see Kaya Samuelson right now at the score set. We're seeing players getting breaks coming into the games that we haven't seen in forever just because, as you see Reese Heinrich grab that defensive rebound, we're seeing players that haven't been able to come out lately. Guess what? Abba has not come out since she's come in the game.
It's just that extra body, right? I mean, it's one of those things. We've gone through, 2 games in a row where Heinrich didn't come out of the game unless she got blasted in the face, and she's still out there playing, but Samuelson hasn't been able to take this kind of break. Veda Durfee is coming in with Kaya Samuelson now. They'll replace Pearson and Getz with 3:57 left to go. That foul on Minneapolis there was on Addison Abel.
Yeah, just the depth. I mean, now all of a sudden you can do different things because you have more players involved.
Heinrich has it off the inbounds. Left-hand side. She'll play it to Durfee. Now they'll swing it back. Samuelson, open 3. Left-hand side off the front of the rim. Knopf with the rebound. She scores! Charlotte Knopf with the putback and the 2.
That's exactly what Knopf can do. I mean, she's always in the right spot right there. She just was selfish enough to go right back up with it. Rebounded it high, goes right back up, and the ball never came down low. Great job from Charlotte Knopf.
She always has that sense of hesitation and doubt in her. She did not have it there. She just went back up and put it back in off the window. Here's Minneapolis with a wild shot that goes in off the window. Addison Abel with a shot off the window for 2.
Yeah, hey, very wild, but we always tell you tell young players, you get that ball off the window, good things will happen.
Here's Durfee down low. She saved a possession for Southeast of Saline. Reagan Duran missed a shot from the left-hand short corner, and Durfee was there to save it for Southeast of Saline on the offensive rebound.
And Devin, I'm excited to see how Durfee excels with Abba now in the lineup. Now Durfee doesn't have to be a key. She's not somebody that teams are keying on. She can come in and play her role. We saw it against Smoky Valley when she exploded, for her first, double-digit game. Like, all of a sudden, when the scouting report's not on you, you can do big things.
Reagan Duran off the inbounds, buries the three. Her second one of the quarter. Reagan has 8. 19-10. Southeast keeps turning their defense into offense here. 3 minutes left to go here in the second quarter, and Heinrich with a silly reach for her second foul of the night.
Yeah, and let's talk about the full court press. We've seen it might look the same on TV, but it's been different paces of play. We've seen traps, we've seen them drop back, and right now Minneapolis is kind of confused. They don't know whether to go, whether to kind of reverse that ball back and try to break the press. But right there, silly foul from Reese. It looks like the press did exactly what we want to do. You want to get that shot clock ran down and make things difficult for Minneapolis.
Try to get an entry in it down low, did Minneapolis to Riley Robinson, who has checked back in. That was slapped out of bounds by Southeast of Saline, and it will stay here with Minneapolis on their offensive end. Durfee will come out of the game. Also, Heinrich came out of the game. It's Douglas and Pearson that came back in. 19-10, 2:45 left to go here before halftime. We'll talk with Francis Slacks at the break and get his reaction from the Sacred Heart game on Tuesday and what he expects here in Minneapolis tonight. Minneapolis gets called with a traveling violation on a double dribble. That's their 10th turnover. I still don't have Southeast for a turnover here in this second quarter.
Well, and so I think a key point going back to the press, when you're talking about the shot clock and the press, there's multiple ways that you can do it, but if you're not looking to get a turnover in the backcourt, you're looking to get that shot clock ran down. And all of a sudden you start running your offense with 26, 25 seconds left, and you don't have good guard play. It makes it really difficult to get into your sets, get into your plays. So that's what you're seeing Shauna Smith and the Trojans do right now. They're just making different looks, making things really difficult for Minneapolis.
Duran with a heat check on the left-hand side. That one comes up just a little bit short. Minneapolis with the basketball back the other way. 19-10. It's a 9-point Southeast of Saline lead. Samuelson playing defense out top. And now a little nickel and dimer foul called on Reagan Duran, who came out trying to get a pass that hung in the air, and they're going to call a foul on Duran. It's her first.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't mind the call. You kind of saw a hand right there, but I love the defense from Samuelson on the ball that created kind of that difficult pass right there. You're seeing Southeast perimeter defenders defend with their feet and not with their hands. They're making things difficult for Minneapolis.
Little half-court trap here by Southeast of Saline. Duran will head it up from the point out by half-court. But Minneapolis finds Bailey Randall Hurt down low. She was wide open, and a late foul is going to prevent her from making that shot, and she'll go to the free throw line for 2.
Yeah, it looks like the foul is going to be. Oh, they're going to call him Pearson. I thought it might have gone on Samuelson. It's only the first for Pearson. Regardless who the foul's on, that's a good one because Randall Hurt wide open down there on the block as she buries the first free throw. But, yeah, you just saw that Pearson was just a little bit late on that rotation right there, just a step late. If you're a step sooner, you got it, and you're going transition the other way.
First free throw was up and good. Second one the same as it rattles home. Bailey Randall Hurt, 3 of 3 from the free throw line. She has 5 points all here in this quarter. 19-12. Southeast of Saline with the lead and the basketball. We're inside 2 minutes left to go here in the first half. Pearson for 3. Drills it. The first shot from the outside after returning here for Abba Pearson, and it's a 3-pointer from the left wing. Southeast lead is 10. 22-12. See if Southeast can finish out the first half here with this spectacular defensive effort. They've only given up 12 points. 1:30 left to go. Lob pass inside again. Samuelson sprints over to help. Now the ball on the floor, picked up by Minneapolis, and a traveling violation inside. It was picked up by a Lion. Sierra Kosart came in, picked it up, and then she fell down. And a traveling violation for Minneapolis' 11th turnover.
When you just talked about the defense, it was, first of all, just great defense from Sutton Douglas to make that a difficult entry pass into Randall Hurt. And then all of a sudden, Samuelson comes from the backside, ball gets deflected, squirts around, creates that traveling violation.
Knopf comes out, Taryn gets into the game, so now Pearson will be operating in the high post. Here's a ball that's deflected from Getz, but she gets it back, saves it for Southeast. Now to Durant. Now Pearson, top of the key, plays it out to Samuelson. She'll tee up the 3, rattles off no good, battle for the rebound, and a foul call. It was a loose ball, and we're going to have a rebounding foul against Southeast of Saline. Let's see who gets it here. It will be Taryn Getz.
So Taryn Getz could lead the state in just awkward loose ball fouls. I mean, right there. I don't know if she was battling for it. She just happened to jump up. Regardless, bodies contacted with her. Great rebound from Minneapolis, and they have 2 free throws to show for it.
Good news for Southeast of Saline. They've committed 6 fouls in this first half. Heinrich's the only one with 2. Everybody else has 1 or none. Free throws for McKenna Warlock. First one is up and good. That's her first point of the night. Second one off the heel, no good. Warlock trying to get her own rebound, and they're going to say she was out of bounds, and now they may confer here. Nope, going to Southeast of Saline. Samuelson with the ball in her hands. Crosses the big Lion Minneapolis logo here at center court. High post now to Pearson. Pearson brings it out, retreats beyond the three-point line. Now settles back into the elbow area. Short corner to Douglas. Lob pass back out to Durant. Reagan wants to drive. Gets in the middle of the zone. Has the ball slapped around. No foul call. They're going to say it got freed loose. Clean that time, and now Minneapolis has it.
Yeah, good defense from Warlock. Just getting a hand on the basketball. Basketball kind of bounces around. Durant loses it while she's up in the air. It looks like might have been some contact in the face. The officials are going to let it go.
There's a backdoor cut and a shot that is up and good. Sierra Kosart able to put it off the window. She is also fouled, and now she will have a chance at a three-point play. Foul on Pearson is her second.
Yeah, and that was one of those kind of just, again, ball kind of gets slapped around. You saw 3 Southeast defenders go on there. Abbott tried to stay straight up. Definitely got her with the body strong finish from Kosart.
Free throw missed. Bailey Randall Hurt keeps it alive for Minneapolis. 20 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Minneapolis has it out top. Samuelson nearly gets a steal. Now they regroup. Back in the half-court set. Clock down to 10. Shot clock is off. Warlock backs down, gets to the block. Now they get it to Bailey Randall Hurt. Poor spacing taken away by Pearson. Abba Pearson across half court, launches it late. It's off the backboard and nearly found a home. But we are at halftime. 22-15. The offense picked up in the second quarter, and it's Southeast of Saline that once trailed 8-6 early in the second quarter. They will take a 7-point lead into the locker room here at the intermission. When we come back, we'll go over numbers from the first half. We'll also check the area scoreboard and talk with Francis Flax about Southeast of Saline Trojan basketball. It's all coming up on the Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report. 22-15, Southeast of Saline leads it by 7 here on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
And the second free throw is good. The Trojans have called timeout to make some important decisions.
Hi, fans. It's Winnell Garrettson from Salina Homes. In every game, there are lots of options to make the right play. And in real estate, the plays can be challenging. Whether you're a first-time buyer, upsizing for the family, investing in rentals or commercial property, or selling land, I have the knowledge to help you win your real estate game. It's sure to be a slam dunk when I serve as your realtor. Buy or sell, call Winnell.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap. Shot at the horn! Stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Now, let's get back to the gym for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
Back here at halftime of the girls contest in Minneapolis, 22-15 the score. Southeast of Saline leading by 7. Time now to catch up on the Southeast of Saline Trojans on the guys' side. To help us do that, head coach Francis Flax. And Coach, a loss the other night to Sacred Heart in a game that at home. And, boy, it was just one of those kind of classic Sacred Heart outings where they just ran up and down the floor. They hit a couple of threes. They did things in a timely manner. What were your thoughts of that game against the state-ranked Knights on Tuesday?
Well, Sacred Heart is good. That's number one.
Yeah.
They're well-rounded. We kind of played into their hands, I think, a little bit. Because I talked to you before the game about, we needed to slow tempo. Well, you get behind, and then that's nature to try to catch up in a hurry. And the more you hurry, the more mistakes you make. And they capitalize on about every mistake we made. So that being said, I'm never going to fault the effort of these guys because they've got a lot of heart. We just got to find ways to, number one, finish at the rim. We just cannot score at the rim for some reason. And, we sometimes in practice it's the same way. But then there's other times in practice where, it just happens and happens. And we need that to happen tonight.
Yeah, you and I talked about that before the game, and we saw it during the game. There were several times that the ball just halfway down, halfway in, and I just wouldn't go. But this is probably the closest, I think, that you have had this season. There's been one of a few times that you've had 3 players right around that double-digit mark. 11 points for Lyric Lilly. He had 10 out of Adam Teal and 9 out of Tiernan Potacek. But you had some other guys still chipping in between 2 and 5 points. This is probably the most well-rounded scoring game that you've had so far. Other than the tempo, how do you feel about your offense?
Well, we did a lot of things right on the offense. We got decent shots. We moved the ball pretty well. Like you said, we got to hit a couple from the inside, and then we got to hit a couple from the outside, and that manifests itself into good things. The other thing is, we only went to the free throw line 6 times in that game.
Yeah.
And that really hurt us. And they go in 29 times. It has nothing to do with refereeing, let me tell you.
Yeah.
It had all to do with us. And hopefully we got some of that fixed this week. We'll find out in about 30 minutes or so.
Yeah, big discrepancy at the free throw line. They had 29 attempts. Ures had just 6. Defensively, this is one of the harder teams to guard in the state of Kansas. The way that their guards can break you down, and then, as we talked about, either they get a layup or they kick it out for a 3. They're efficient, it seems like, equally either way. How did you think about your defense? What are your feelings on them Tuesday?
Well, a lot of times we were going to be in good position, but we were just a half a step late.
Yeah.
And you can't be almost against those guys. You have to be there when they are ready to catch the basketball or make their move to the basket. You can't play a half step behind and expect to stop that team.
What do you think about this Minneapolis team? This is a team that got a big victory against Lions on Tuesday, and Owen Just is their motor. He makes everything go. It seems like we've been talking about him for 8 years now, but this team they've got some hustle. They got a new coach, and they're off to a decent start this year. They got a few wins already.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched several film on them, and I tell you what, they run everything through him.
Mm-hmm.
But they've been doing that for a couple of years now, so that's nothing new. First of all, you have to stop him. You have to stop their inside game. They've got a rebounder, their offensive rebounder that really pounds the glass hard. We got to keep him off of there. We don't want him to get any second or third chances. I think this is a team that if we get out and pressure the way we can, I think we can create some turnovers and possibly get some easy buckets. But it all looks good on paper.
Yeah.
But you got to play the game.
That's right. What do you want to see most from your guys tonight? As you said, this is a team competitively. You guys should be right in this game with a chance to win it. What do you want to see most from your guys?
Well, I want to see us get off to a good start, number one, and then just be consistent throughout the game. Keep the pressure on them. This is the kind of team, if you let them hang around, you could lose. You've got to get up on them, keep the pressure on them, and not let them think that they have a chance to get back in it.
Sounds good. Good luck to you. We'll talk to you after the game.
Thank you, Devin.
Francis Flax, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. His guys tonight trying to rebound from a 63-45 loss against Sacred Heart on Tuesday. They will try to do that here on the road against Minneapolis here tonight. That is game number 2 of our doubleheader. Here at halftime, 22-15 is our score. We'll take a 2-minute break on the Knopf Auto and Truck Accessory halftime report. When we come back, we'll go over numbers of the first half. Also share some scores with you from around the area as the Lady Trojans lead it by 7 here at the break on KINA.
The recent storm could have done a real number on your roof, but how would you know? Is your home vulnerable to future damage? Call Bryson Flax at Ryan Roofing today. An in-person roof inspection is necessary to evaluate damage. Rely on Bryson to perform a free roof assessment. Inspect, assess, and resolve. Protect your home and make sure your insurance policy provides the coverage you deserve. Roofs, windows, siding, and gutters on your home or business. Call Bryson Flax at Ryan Roofing, always supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Oh no! That's the sound of your company's insurance rates going up. You didn't buy triple melt de-icer from Sage Products, did you? Don't just grab any old ice melt from the store. Get triple melt de-icer from Sage Products. It won't harm your concrete or vegetation. And the best part, Sage delivers for free in Salina. We also supply a wide variety of janitorial and maintenance supplies to keep your business or home looking its best. Give Sage a call at 309-1919 or visit us at sageselects.com. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Whether on the field, court, or in the operating room, experience matters. A coach loves an experienced team just like a patient values an experienced doctor. Salina Ortho has ABOS board-certified physicians with over 40 years of orthopedic service. If you need help staying active or just want to discuss options regarding the newest techniques and services and specialties that Salina Ortho provides, see one of our trusted physicians or visit salinaortho.com. Salina Ortho, your voice, your choice, past, present, and future.
4 walls and a roof can make a house, but a home, that's where life happens. First steps, backyard birthdays, morning coffee, sunsets on the porch. Home isn't something you buy, it's something you feel. And when it's right, you just know. For 22 years, Dan Goebel has helped people in Salina find that feeling. And now, he's here to help you. Your home is out there. Dan Goebel knows the way. Call 785-819-1904 or visit Salina Homes to find your way home.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back here rounding out the Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report. 22-15 our score. Southeast of Saline leading by 7. Leading the way for Southeast in scoring in that first half, Reagan Duran with 8 points, 6 for Sutton Douglas, 3 for Kaya Samuelson, 3 for Abba Pearson, and 2 for Charlotte Knopf. For Minneapolis, they had 5 each out of Bailey Randall Hurt and Addison Abel, 2 each out of Sierra Cosart and Atlee Smith, and a free throw from McKenna Warlock. Southeast of Saline, 2 of 6 from the free throw line in that first half. Minneapolis, 4 of 6. Southeast with the edge in turnovers. They only committed 3 turnovers in that first half, while Minneapolis was forced into 11 turnovers. Minneapolis led 8-6 early on in the second quarter, and then Southeast of Saline flipped the script on them. Actually built a 10-point lead at one point and has a 7-point advantage here at halftime. Tyler, I know we like the defense. What else do you think for the new Image Audio keys to success for the Lady Trojans to finish this one out?
You know, I think we're starting to fall in love with the 3-ball a little bit too much, right? But here's what I love to see is you still see Sutton Douglas continue to fight. She's, again, the consistency from Douglas. You got to continue to get the ball to her. She's what she does. Not only can she finish down low, but she's going to get people in foul trouble. You know, we're seeing when you have to throw players at her, she's so strong down low, she's going to make things difficult.
Lob pass backside. Duran Samuelson off the window for 2. Scripted play out of the locker room. Nobody does it better, and that's 2 points for Southeast.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Just that backdoor, just nice pass. But it's the composure from Samuelson to go up and collect the basketball, come back down, and finish the bucket.
That debunks the theory that some people have that you cannot screen a zone, right? That's exactly what Southeast did there.
100%, and that's what you have to start doing. You have to figure out, you know, ways to get 2 feet in the lane. You can't settle for stuff inside. Samuelson, again, drives to the rack, 2 feet in the lane, goes up. She's silky. When Samuelson's on offensively, I don't know if there's a more dynamic offensive player from Southeast.
Now a timeout taken by Minneapolis. It's a full timeout. We will keep it right here. I want to go back to that first play of the half because if you saw it on live stream video on SalinaPost.com, you saw the lob come from the left-hand side from Reagan Duran, but down low underneath, Samuelson snuck in behind a screen play. There was a screen set on that lower block on the weak side. Samuelson snuck in, got the ball. The defender